Hey everyone, welcome to our Facebook study group. If we haven't met yet, I'm Leanne, and we are going to get to know each other very well soon. I just wanted to take a moment to kind of let you know how this group is going to work because I know Facebook Bible study might be a new concept to many of you. And so I want to make sure everyone understands kind of how things are going to work so you don't miss anything. So, how this got started is through my ministry of Kingdom Bloggers and the Kingdom Living Facebook page. I was getting a lot of comments and a lot of emails from Christians all over the world, actually, in regard to their struggles, being that they just simply don't understand anything and everything is just sort of over the top. And I just don't have enough time because of family and work and just all the things. And of course, we're not supposed to make excuses for why we're not getting into the word. But the truth is, life is crazy and chaotic. And whether you have children or you have a job or you have all the things, it can be very hard to take time out, take it away from, the activities with your family and the different things to say, go to a Bible study group that only happens on the same night every single week. Like it's just not feasible in the way we live today for that to happen. So I figured, hey, I'm already doing this online stuff. All of my studies are already created. Let's try doing them in a Facebook group setting. My friend Megan from Girls in the Word, I shared the link to her group earlier. We actually planned her group out several years ago. And as of this week, I think she's surpassed the 2,000 member mark. So there is an absolute need for this type of Bible study and fellowship and everything else. And I think it's a very powerful tool for us to be able to make sure that we are getting not only time in the Word, but fellowship. We are sorely lacking in fellowship as women, depending on where you live. In a post COVID world, people still aren't gathering together the way that we used to. And so I've been doing this online thing for years now, and I love the fact that I am able to have fellowship with women literally in every corner of the planet. That is what is so great about technology. So, how this study is going to work, and we're going to do many studies, but just to kind of give you an overview of how things work in a study group like this. So, the first study we're going to do is actually, it's a long one, I'm not going to lie, but it's one that I think is a very important one that we need to really understand how idols are impacting our life. So this one's going to be about 13 weeks. So I do apologize for the length of this one. But after we complete this one, the ones that we will do after that, I'm going to try to keep them to maybe 4 weeks at a time. So this way, throughout the course of next year, we can get through at least 12 different important topics and have a little more variety and range in what we're studying. So let's dive in on how this is going to work. First and foremost, I am a Bible for Dummies kind of person. This girl, she's the dummy right here. Just because I'm teaching this and leading this does not make me an expert. I am not a scholar. I didn't go to seminary, but I am a girl, woman. Okay, I'm 51, who came to Christ much, much later in life, in my 40s. And what kept me from actually really getting into my relationship and really understanding and trying to truly live for Jesus was I just didn't understand all the Jesus talk. All of the Bible studies I tried to attend were delivered in a very over my learning level kind of way. A lot of Christianese. I do not speak Christianese. And if you've ever listened to a sermon from your pastor and you're just like, I didn't get it, you know what I'm talking about. Also, when I learned that there were more than just the KJV translation, I was like, oh my gosh, where have you been all my life? Now it's starting to make sense for me. So all that being said, how this study is going to be delivered is in a very basic, like basic format. So if you have joined us and you have been in the Word of God for most of your life and feel even though we can always learn, but you feel you're pretty well versed in all things Scripture, I would please invite you to be mindful of the fact that most everyone here is literally in preschool, if you want to kind of compare it to kids in school, okay? It is going to be very basic. We're not going to dive into the Greek and Hebrew meaning of words, and we're not going to do all of that. My brain can just not handle that. Okay. I am a very simple person. Here's the verse. Here's what it means. Here's kind of what was going on. And here's what I'm supposed to do with it. That's what I want to help you begin to understand. I want everyone to, get to know each other. And I want us to be vulnerable as much as you are willing to. As far as, the weekly discussions, I'm going to be as vulnerable as they come. Fortunately, unfortunately, however you want to look at it, I've been through some stuff in my life. And so I bring a unique perspective of how God has helped me overcome most of those things. And some of them are pretty like deep and dark. I'm going to be open with you. I have no shame. I have learned to live my history, my life in the light, and it has been so freeing when I finally chose to do that. And so I hope that my openness and my vulnerability in sharing my personal struggles and stories will encourage some of you to do the same. This is a private group, so anything that is shared in here cannot be seen in any other places. Only the people in the group will see it. Please do not share, take snapshots or anything like that of comments and things, especially, showing people's names. Do not do that. Be respectful of this space and, again, get to know each other, okay? So here's how it's going to work. On next week, so July 8th is a Monday. That's the day we're going to officially kick off this study. On the Sunday before, so July 7th, I am going to share a link or actually I'll create a post. And in that post, there's going to be a link to a page. And that is the landing page for the study. I'm adding each week's study materials as we go along. So when you go to that page, all of the materials for the whole 12, 13 weeks is not there. It'll be divvied out as we move along, just to make sure you stay focused and don't try to rush ahead and get sidetracked, because sidetracked is a distraction. Okay. So what it will include is a video, which is on YouTube. You just open it up on your phone, watch it, plug in your earbuds if you're somewhere waiting at a doctor's appointment, wherever. That's the beauty of this. It's available to you to begin kind of connecting with it no matter where you are. Honestly, if the only place you get quiet time is on a bathroom break, take that little phone in there and do your thing, okay? So there will be a video lesson, usually anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. They're not too long. There will be some reading materials. On this landing page, there will also be additional links that you can click, because when I mention a side story, you may be like, I don't know that story. Let me go look it up. And if you only go look it up by reading the Bible, like reading that verse, it's probably not going to make sense to you. So for any side stories that I mention for every single week, you will be able to click and download a printable, it's like Cliff's Notes, like the dummy version in plain language, no Bible speak. It's just a summary of what the story was about, who was in it, why it was important, and what you need to know about it. Okay. There'll also be some like reflection questions to kind of help you dive deeper if you so choose. But these are all totally free. All you got to do is print them out and then add them into your study binder. Okay. And then finally, for each week, there will be a link to print out the questions for you to do for that particular week's discussion. There will be study questions, so things specifically related to the scripture and history and things like that. There will be some reflection questions for you to ponder. How is this in my own life? And then there will be some practical applications, like what things can I do in my life now to help me achieve this, or to help me get away from this, whichever the thing we're talking about. So these are meant for you to do at your convenience. Now, even though I say at your convenience, it is still very important that you give yourself some level of discipline. You know your schedule. You know when you have little bits and pockets of time. So instead of turning on Netflix or binging on something, just like nothing, open your phone. It's all going to be right there. Open your computer. You don't have to do it on the computer. You could totally read and watch everything from your little device here. So take every opportunity to, engage with the material, read it, watch it. And then this is the most important part. Like, you can read stuff all day long. You can watch my videos, but we get the most out of this by engaging and coming together. Just like you would if you went to a physical location Bible study, Don't be the person who just sits in the back. Engage. Fellowship is a big part of this, but sharing our individual experiences, our individual perspectives. We have women from all over the planet in this study group. And so we are able to learn so much from each other and the different areas of life and seasons of life and struggles of life that we've all been through so that we can share those and learn from each other. So please do not be a fly on the wall in this group. I encourage you, I implore you, I'm begging here. Take an active role in this study. And again, the stuff's posted on Sundays. So you have until next Sunday to come and put your little comments. So there will be, so here's the post for the week. So the Sunday post will have all the information for the week. You go there, you download everything, whatever. Throughout the week, I will try to post one a day. I don't want to do more than one, maybe two a day, because I don't want it to be overkill. Like you're like, okay, lady, I hear you're supposed to be doing it. I don't want it to be that. But by posting once a day, it helps just the algorithm show it more often and stuff like that. So there will be a post for a discussion question specifically. I'll ask a very specific question related to the week's topic. And I would encourage you to go just comment on it. If it's a vulnerable kind of question, there is a setting, you may have seen it, where you can post anonymously. You are totally welcome to do that if you're sharing something that's a little deep and dark and maybe you're not quite ready for anybody to know who you are. That is totally fine. I would encourage you as time goes by to maybe start sharing it publicly in the group. But it's your choice and your timing. It's all up to you. But I will say, to encourage participation, I am going to be offering or giving out some weekly kind of free stuff, right? Some like prizes. Facebook's really great about letting me know who my top engagers are. I think it actually tells y'all too, like, you're a top fan this week. Congratulations. So I can go into the analytics for each week and see who commented the most. And so in an effort to encourage you to be more active, every week, probably on Saturdays, I will go through and see. And I have tons and tons of digital Bible studies, coloring books, scripture coloring pages, and some of my fellow bloggers and Christian content creators have things as well. And so each week, I'm just going to offer something as the reward for that week. But here's the good thing. At the end of each study, so this one's 13 weeks, at the end of each study, I will be doing a drawing for like the top 10 top participants for the entire study. I will be doing a drawing from that pool for something really awesome. We're talking new Bibles, maybe some cool Bible materials like if y'all are familiar with the Daily Grace Co., they have some awesome stuff there, pens and markers and Bible studies and just all the things. So at the end of each study, top participants have a chance to win some really great prizes for being active and actually engaging with the study. The whole goal here is for you to get active, get engaged, and actually learn and fellowship. So if I've got to bribe you with some cool prizes, that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, I hope this was helpful for those of you who are very like, I don't know what we're doing. It's going to be very simple. Keep an eye out in the Facebook group. Make sure there is a post that shows you how to edit your group settings. So the default setting for Facebook groups is that you get a highlight. So if you're not on when I post it, you may not see my posts in your feed because it's set default to highlight. So just go in there, edit the settings, change it to all posts, and you should see every single one of them. Also, because there will be lots of stuff in the group, you can go search. So if it's like Friday or Saturday and you're like, oh, I got to go do my engagement for the week, you can go to the search bar in the group and each week will be hashtag. So it'll be hashtag. So for this study, it's idols. So it'll be hashtag idols with an S, week 1, idols week 2, idols week 3, and so forth. And that's how you'll be able to find the post, because when I make the post, I will put that hashtag on there. So this way you don't miss anything. You don't have to scroll through the endless feed of everything to find the post and be like, I can't find it. I'm not going to answer. I'm trying to remove any obstacles and excuses that you might have because the devil is going to be really good at trying to keep you from engaging with this study. Another thing, as you can tell, I'm a bit ADHD, hyper, and yeah. So if I'm ever going too fast, just know on the videos, you can totally edit it to slow me down a little bit. But if I talk so fast that maybe you quite understand what I'm saying, please just let me know. As we are going along in each weekly discussion, if there is something you're just not understanding, please ask. Just make a brand new post and say, hey, I don't get this. You can totally make it anonymously if you don't want people to like feel like you're being like put on the spot. That's fine. I want to make sure that you understand everything. And so if I'm not putting it out in a way and you're still like, let me know and I will figure out how to regurgitate it in a better way so that you get what the topic is about or what we're talking about. That's all. I, again, am so excited. I am so looking forward to diving into these studies with you. More importantly, getting to know each of you. Facebook is such a great thing. Online, the internet is such a great thing. I know we often talk about it in the negative context, which is actually funny because our second week is about technology and social media and all of that. But if it wasn't for this, we wouldn't have what we're doing here. So we're able to minister to people and reach people and connect and all the things sitting at home on our couch, barefoot outside, whatever. So I will see you guys all on Sunday when I send out the new materials. And I can't wait to see everyone and grow and just all the things with you. All right, guys, that's all. God bless. Have a great rest of your week.